Hey guys, I'm Player, and this is the season finale of the Sporting Lisbon Challenge. So, we've got two games today, the final two games of the season. The last episode was the narrow 3-2 victory over Chavez, and since then we have carried on our winning ways. And because we have carried on our winning ways, I make us out to be one win away from the title. There's 2 games to go. Every team has played 32 games. And if we look at the league sorting rules, I'm still a bit confused by these because it says league sorting rules results between teams, but then the star goes down here and it's like, oh, team records against other teams on the same points will be sorted by the following rules. Then it says goal difference and away goals scored. But then it's like, why is that results between teams thing even there if it's then judged by goal difference anyway? So I don't quite understand that. So I think it goes down to goal difference is my interpretation of that. And we have a significantly better goal difference over Benfica, who will be the team to most likely challenge us, although Porto could technically still win it. So I make it out as a win today against Portimonense will seal the deal. It will make us Portuguese Premier League champions for the first time in 20 years. We do welcome back Luis Felipe for today's game. He's missed the last few with an injury, but apart from that, it's kind of a team that you've all really become used to seeing. Barrio comes in over De Veneres, and Benedetti gets that start in the attacking midfield position. But let's get into it. We are at home. The last game of the season, we are away against Santa Clara, I think. But it would be nice to get the victory here. And although it might not be sealed mathematically, there's no way there's going to be a like plus 23 goal difference swing to give it to Benfica. I think we are actually playing on the Friday night again, so we are playing before the rest of the league is in action. But let's see what we can do. 10 minutes in, pretty quiet. As I say that, we do get the first highlight. It's getting passed round the back. At the moment, can we work the ball up into midfield? Coates, Hakimi goes for a run, good direct run. We've had to pay the after 50 appearance fee for him as well. I think that was like 7.5 million, so that got paid recently. And Barrio tries to slip in Berge when he loses the ball, but the ball falls to Benedetti. He's got 8 goals, which is a terrific return because did we sign him in January? We signed him in January, didn't we? Did we? I think we did. That's 22 appearances is quite a lot actually for someone signing in January, and 8 goals. That is a fantastic return. I'm not sure why that's kind of swapped over. Surely, yeah, a bit weird that, but nonetheless, we do have the lead. Not been the most exciting games so far. But we do have another chance. Hakimi with a fantastic ball to Barrio. Back post to Bergwijn. Felipe goes to tap in and the defender has just belted it. He tried to clear it, but he ended up hooking it into the side netting. And we lead 2-0. And the way things are going, it looks like we're going to cruise to the title a bit. I will play the final game of the season anyway, even if the title gets confirmed after this match day. I will play the final game of the season, and I will also go through everything, go through all the competitions we've won as Barrio comes close there, and I'll go over the squad, and we'll look at the end of season awards and that kind of thing, and I'll talk about what other future plans I have for the channel, because I do have a next series in mind. So I'll explain all of that later on though. But we are approaching the halfway stage. This game's kind of how most of the season's gone. Like, we have been the better side in about 85% of our games, maybe even higher actually. But yeah, it's just some games we have just struggled to maybe find that extra goal or two. But yeah, I mean, season's kind of. It feels like it's all done and stuff. Really, I mean, I would have liked a big dramatic finish, but we are just cruising here. It would have been nice for it to go to the final day. Well, of course, it would only be nice if we ended up on top. But yeah, I mean, it has been a tough couple of seasons. I mean, the first 2 years were pretty poor, and kind of changing the tactic around in that first season quite a lot and stuff, and then not having the squad depth and that. But I'm really happy with the team we've got here, and I definitely think this team could go on to maybe even retain the title next season if that came about. Wow, we came close to getting a third there. Hakimi with the initial shot tipped away by the goalkeeper. Bergwijn couldn't convert it in, and Felipe again denied. Great defending there from Portimonense, and Felipe heads over again. He's had a bit of a quieter season this year again. I remember his first season here, he was phenomenal. He was absolutely brilliant. Look at that, 30 goals in 34 league matches. Still a good return this year actually, to be fair. Maybe I am underestimating him, but he has missed quite a few games through injury this season, where the first 2 seasons he was relatively injury free. But we are into the final 10 minutes here, and we are so close to the title. Like I say, I don't think it will be guaranteed after this game. I don't think you'll see us celebrating with it on the pitch, but I do expect us to be champions, and who knows, but maybe Benfica might even slip up in their game. We'll have a wee skip ahead and see. I'm going to quickly check when their game actually is first. So they are playing on the Sunday again, away to the Norwich. Okay, I'll come back when I see the Benfica result. Back in a sec. We'll have to wait to get our hands on the title because Benfica have won 3-0. So the final game of the season against Santa Clara is coming up next. Here's the final Sporting Lisbon lineup we're going to be using. So we've got Paulo Lopez in goal, Hakimi at right back, Coates, Otamendi and Acuna complete the back four. Wendell comes in for Gundogan because I feel like he's been here a wee while now, and I feel like it's only right he features in the final game. Tonali in the deep line playmaker role. We've got Barreal on the right hand side because Neres is actually injured. Reiner in at Cam, Bergwijn on the left, and Luis Felipe up top. Now, let's go into this. I did say earlier I had other plans for after this season, after this series. I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different, as in this was all about winning a title. I'm thinking about going to the opposite end of the tables, and I've got a relegation threat in the club in mind, and but I'll say who that is shortly. I do like to usually, I feel like too many people do English league saves, and I feel like for me it gets a bit boring, so which is why I've kind of done this out in Portugal, the Sporting Lisbon challenge. I feel like it's different, it's a bit unique, as Acuna gives us the lead inside 2 minutes. 11th goal of the season, that's fantastic for a left back. That's actually amazing. Anyway, yeah, I do like to mix it up and do kind of other European leagues. We have picked up an injury here to Bergwijn, so I've put on Matheus Oliveira in on that left wing role. Unfortunately for Bergwijn, he has played his part in this title winning Sporting Lisbon team because we are going to win the league. But we'll put on Matheus Oliveira, who was a big player for us last year in that attacking midfield role. He's not really had much of a look in this year because of just the sheer number of quality players I've brought in the positions he plays. But he was a very good player for us last year. So it's only fair he gets a kind of final hurrah here as well. But so I was just talking about how I feel that English saves are a wee bit boring and everyone seems to do them and stuff like that. But that's actually where this next challenge is going to be. And it is only going to be a 1 season thing, so it's just a little bit different. I am temporarily going to go back to England because I've not actually done an English save in a good while. So despite me talking down on it all, that's actually where the next challenge is going to be. And the club is going to be Bolton Wanderers. Now, I've did say it was only going to be a 1 season save, and because they are in administration, and at the start of the game they do start off with a 12-point deduction, the challenge is pretty simple. It's going to be to try and keep them up in League One. So I've had a wee nosy around as well, and they are favourites to finish bottom of the league as well. It is 3 teams that get relegated this season, or like at the start of the first season, and that. Because of what happened to Bury. If you're from the UK, I'm sure you're fully aware of what happened to Bury. They got removed from the Football League. So this year it is usually 4 teams go down in League One, but because Bury have kind of already went down, it's now only 3 teams that go down. So the plan is to just try and save Bolton. So that's going to be the plan for the next series, and that will come out a few days after this episode, I think. But we do double our league there. Mateus Oliveira getting on the score sheet. Good to see him get a goal. He's not, like I said earlier, he's really not had too much game time this season. But it's good to see he's still got it. Have a wee nosy at the other scores. It looks like Benfica are also winning. They are 1-0 up. Porto are winning, but they actually drew in the last game week 0-0. Not that they would have had a chance of winning the title anyway, with us winning against Portimonense last game. Why is that showing? That's really weird. Okay, and it's fixed itself. That's kind of weird. Sorry, I got sidetracked with that. But yeah, so you can look forward to a new series starting up very soon. Hopefully, if you've watched this one, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. But it will be a slightly shorter one. Like I say, it will only be over the space of 1 season. But 25 minutes remaining. We've actually ended the season on a good run of form. This must be about our 5th or 6th victory in a row. And it's just as well because Benfica definitely had a bit of a late resurgence, and they will go to claim 2nd spot. We will look at all the statistics and things from the past few years. We can have a look at the Champions League winners and stuff like that, because I know some of you might be interested in having a wee nosy at that as well. The game is running out of time here. Have we even had a highlight this second half? I don't think we have. And it's kind of boring into the season, really. But, or is it? We do have a final chance. Can we get a goal? End the save on a high. 3-0 winners. Come on. Barrio, ball in the middle. Vendel. He does. He tucks it away. Another one. He's not played too much this season, but he's been a big player for us over the last 2 years. And he's still a very good player, as you can see. £32 million value as well. That's pretty crazy. But we do go into injury time. Not long left to go, and the final whistle goes. We are the champions. The players are celebrating on the pitch, even though you can't see the dots, believe me. One of the cons in playing in 2D, I suppose. But we have won the title. It's been a long time coming, but I think Sport Lisbon fans would be happy with what we've done. Obviously, won the league in our 3-year spell. We also won the Europa League and one of the cups in our first year, I think. But we'll double check all that in a moment. But let's first off have a look at the league table. That is the final league positions. We have won the league by 3 points. Now, if we look at the start Wow, Benfica absolutely romped it that first season, didn't they? We actually finished on 81 points in our first season, and we've just finished 5 points ahead of our total there, so pretty crazy that. Or wait, am I getting mixed up with stuff? What? I think I got mixed up there. Did I? Maybe not. This was the second season. Benfica, of course, winning that again. We would have actually matched. They got the same points total we got this season. Wow, look at that. Scoring 75, conceded 10. What was ours? Oh, we scored 80 actually, conceded 15. Very good indeed. Let's have a look at the club finances. So the club were in quite a bit of financial trouble. We have got a good bank balance in at the moment. Whoa, that's a lot of debt. Where did all that come from? That was like 40 million a few months ago. Oh Jesus. I was about to say we've left them in a better place, but that might not be quite true. Wow. Okay, I don't know what to quite say about that. The only positive thing I can say is they have some very good players with high sell-on values. So there is... Where is he? I'm looking for Tonali. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Jesus, that took me way longer than I thought to find him. Well, he's valued at 39 million, but there were rumoured bids in the 50s from some big clubs, including Man City and PSG in the transfer windows. We did manage to keep a hold of him, but he looks very good and will no doubt recoup some of or reduce that debt massively for the club in the future. We'll have a quick look at the squad. We'll start off at the attackers. Luis Felipe, we had a look at his goal record earlier, but fantastic player for us. Initially I was going to end up replacing him when I first had a look at the squad. I was thinking, oh, he's good, but he's probably not good enough for what to win the league. But I mean, he's proved me wrong, and with some fantastic performances and a lot of goals. Plata, he did have the Wonder Kid label at one point. He started off in under 23s, kind of integrated him into the team in the second season, kind of from the bench. He was our backup. Not played too much this season, but a decent wee player, and he could be quite good and cheap to pick up in another save. Very good player actually. Bergwijn as well, brought him in from PSV on some big money, obviously playing for Tottenham right now currently. It says 35 million we spent for him, but a lot of that was in instalments. Good player again. Disappointing that his value is only 13.5 million actually. That's a little annoying, but he's come in and done a job, as has David Neres. He had a terrific season last year with 16 goals in 32 games, only the 8 this time round in the league. Although he's had a lot of competition this year with this man Baril, who's come in and been fantastic for us. Only came in January, but chipped in in the league 5 goals, 5 assists in 16 starts. Terrific player he has been as well. Average of 7.19 match rating as well. I mean, you can see all the greens, just been a fantastic season. Rayner's come in as well as Benedetti. I mean, decent returns there. 8 goals, 5 assists for Benedetti, 9 and 7 assists for Rayner. Mateus Oliveira, 13 appearances this year, 5 goals, 6 assists. Very good as well. Gundogan's come in just to help with the squad depth in January since we had the money. Vendel, we spoke about already. Now this guy here, he again came through the academy and he came in. He's a decent wee player, but he's mainly just been a backup option in the central midfield roles. He can play Segundo Volante and deep line playmaker, so he's kind of just been backup for them, and he's helped with the Champions League registration rules and whatnot. Tonali as well, we spoke about. Nazinho is the youngster who I've mentioned previously, who's our backup left back this year. Tojan, I mean, did a job. He's always going to be a backup fullback. Coates been an absolute rock at the back. Did have a chance to cash in on him at the end of the first season for 30 odd million, I think, but because of the transfer percentage we were getting to keep from that wasn't very high, we turned it down. Abraham and Fernandez, I mean, solid backup options, and Fernandez has actually agreed a pre-transfer to Vitória Guimarães, and Otamendi come in, been fantastic for us as well. Pau Lopez as well. Now, what shall we look at Now let's have a look at the Champions League. Let's have a look at the previous winners of that. And it's not called that, is it? Champions Cup, there we go. So the final will be PSG against Chelsea. Let's have a look at the past winners. So Man City won it last year, Atletico Madrid the year before, for those that are interested. And let's have a look at the Euro Cup or the Europa League. Euro Cup. Jeez, where's it gone? Right, there we go. Milan are the holders. The final is going to be Sevilla and Lazio this time around. And there we go. In our first season in charge in Gdansk, Poland, we beat Bayern Munich. A result I was still very surprised about, but we did manage to win it. Let's have a look at the club competitions. So, yeah, Euro Cup, which we've spoke about. We got runners up in the European Super Cup. Obviously won the league this year. Portuguese Cup, we won it twice in this save. Is that right? We did. We've won it the last 2 years. That's surprising. I can't remember that. I do remember winning it once actually. Can't remember both times though. And the Portuguese League Cup, we've actually not won it in our 3 years here. We did lose this year. Was that the one this year that we got beat? Yes. Very disappointing. Spoke about that. 2 late goals for Benfica clinched it for them. Let's have a look at the league statistics for player ratings and stuff like that. Let's go team overview. Actually, we'll go player overview. So top goal scorer was Mitrovic. Why is it not? Top goal scorer was Mitrovic, was 23 goals in 31 appearances. Second was Felipe, 21 and 26. And everyone else apart from that was nothing special really. Assists, Daniel Prodens, the former Sporting Lisbon player and Olympiacos player. I believe he's at Wolves in real life. I think. 15 assists, that's a very good return. Tonali in there with 11 is the only player up there for us. Tonali, 105 key passes, wow. And again, the only player up there for us. What a fantastic deep line playmaker he is. Most clean sheets, Lopez, 23, romped it. Very good defence we had this season. And there we go, and goals conceded, he only conceded 14. But I think I've covered everything, have I? Try to think, is there anything else that I can go over? Not so sure. But anyway, that will bring this series to a close. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you'll stick around for the new challenge I've got coming up over the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, and hopefully you'll join me back again. Goodbye.